Hey guys, welcome back to day 3 of Python for Beginners tutorial. In this tutorial, you will learn the operators and expressions in Python. I will cover some of the most common operators and how to perform expressions, and also what are operands in this tutorial. So this tutorial is practical oriented. So you will learn by practicing a lot of exercises. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Write comments below. Let's go. In Python, operators are special symbols that design it that some sort of computation should be performed. The values that an operator acts on are called operands. Operators are the constructors which can manipulate the value of operands. And expressions in Python can include operations among compatible types. For example, integer and floats. For example, the basic arithmetic operations like adding multiple numbers. Let's say x is 3 and y is 4, then result x plus y. So in this arithmetic expression, so for x and y are variables which stores 3 and 4, and so the values of the variables x and y are called operands, and the symbol, the plus symbol, is called operator to perform an arithmetic expression. So this is called expressions. There are different types of operators in Python. One of the operators are arithmetic operators, comparison or relational operators, assignment operators, and logical operators, membership operators, identity operators, and bitwise operators. So we will see each of the operators practically. One of the arithmetic operators is addition, adds values on either side of the operator. So let's assume 3 plus 4 is 7. So the operator is addition. So it just adds on either of the side of the operator. Okay, so the result would be 7. And subtraction is another operators in Python. So it's just subtract, but this is different from addition. In subtraction, we just subtract the right hand operand from the left hand operand. So the operand is x, which stores or holds the value, integer or float, and the right hand is also operand. So this is operator. So we just subtract the right hand operand from the left hand operand, and we get, for example, the left hand operand, the values of left hand operand is 3. We subtract 4 from 3 and we get -1. So this is what's called subtraction. Multiplication multiplies values on either side of the operator. So just for example, let's multiply. In multiplication in Python, we use asterisk or star symbol from keyboard. It is computer programming we use as a multiplication symbol. So we multiply in either of the sides of the operand and we get the result. So x multiplied by y is 3 by 4 is 12. We get the result is 12. The other is division. So in division, we use forward slash to divide left hand operand by the right hand operand. So we get the result is, for example, 3 divided by 4 is 0.75. So this is division. We get floating. The result of the division is float. It's not integer. So we will use double up forward slash to get integer result while dividing the operands. Okay, so this double forward slash is different from single forward slash in division. When you are dividing left operand by right operand in using a single forward slash, we get float result. That's when you are using double forward slash while dividing numbers or operands. So we get integer result. That's the two different types of division. The other is modulus. In modulus, we use percent symbol from keyboard and we get the remainder. So we divide the left-hand operand by the right-hand operand and we get the remainder. For example, 3 divided by 4 is not divisible. So we get the remainder is 3, okay? So this is what's called modulus. So always we get the remainder while dividing operands. Okay. The other arithmetic operator is power or exponent. Exponent, for example, exponent this by y, for example. This is exponent double when you are using double asterisk. So that is called exponent, where just performing x power to y. X power to y is 3, the power of 4 is 81. Okay, that is exponent. So it's performance exponential or power calculation on operands. So we have discussed about the float divisions. Float division is that integer division. Y is double forward slash. So the quotient when x is divided by y rounded to the next smallest whole number, the next smallest whole number. So 3 divided by 4 is the next whole number is that 0. So that is integer division. For example, let's change 9 by 2. So what is the result of 9 by 2 in float division or integer division? So that we get 4, because that is the next smallest whole number is 4. Okay. But when you are using division, that is 4.5. That is a real number representation. We get the real number. So 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. That is a real number. So we are dividing 9 by 2 and we get the real number of that division. But when you are float division, that is different from division. So that is integer division. We always just get or round it to the next smallest whole numbers. Okay, that are the most common arithmetic operators. So you can perform by practicing to master arithmetic operators. So actually, if you understand what are the arithmetic operators, so you always use the operator or in your project. So it doesn't matter. Okay, let's go. The next is comparison operator. So the comparison operators that is used to compare for two values, basically. So the comparison operator, let's say x is equal to 4 and y is 5. Let's say that equal, for example, if you want to compare to x and y, if they are equal or not, so you can use, let's say, a result. So the result always be Boolean, either true or false. For example, x is equal to y. So let's print out the result. So what is the result? That's false, because 4 is not equal to 5. This is a comparison operator that compares x and y, and we get either true or false based on that conditional statement. So this is always evaluated the conditional expression. So this conditional expression results either true or false. Okay, we always get true or false. That's conditional expression. So the condition becomes true if the values of the two operands are equal. In this case, for example, 4 and 5 are not equal, so we get false as a result. Otherwise, if they are equal, for example, let's say this is 4 and we get true because 4 is equal to 4. This is one of the operator, which is called a comparison operator. The other is not equal. Not equal is, for example, let's change this to 5, and we use this symbol and assignment as a comparison. X is not equal Y. Yeah, if it is true, it always evaluated the conditional expression. So the conditional expression resulted that either true or false. So if X is not equal to true Y, so that is true. 4 is not equal to 5. So we get true. If we change this to 4, for example, that is false because X is not equal to, X is equal to, basically X is equal to 4, but according to the comparison, X is not equal to Y means they are equal, so we get false result. Okay, the other is greater than or less than. The condition becomes true if the values of two operands are not equal, false otherwise, using this one. But if you use, for example, greater than, let's say, for example, let me change this. 4 is not greater than 5, so that is false. Or if I apply equal, greater than or equal, that is false. For example, if I change this to 6, 6 is greater than 5, okay, true. But if I change this to 5, for example, 5 is not greater than 5, basically, they are equal. So this expression evaluates either is the left operand greater than or equal. So the left operand is not greater than the right operand, but they are equal. So we get true. So it evaluates two conditional statements. If the left operand is not greater than the right operand, we get false. Because here, for example, for x greater than or equal to y, x is first evaluated the greater, so it is less than, so it just gets false result. But if you change, for example, to less than symbol, this is either less than or equal to. For example, 4 is less than 5, that's true. Or let's put 5, that is equal to 5 is equal to 5, that's true. Because this expression evaluates less than or equal. So this is a comparison operator. So we can perform greater than or less than or greater than or equal to or less than or equal to based on the operands, left or right operands. All right, so those are the basic comparison operators. Okay, let's go on. The other is assignment operator. Assignment operator, we already know assignment operator that assigns value to a variable. So this assignment, a single equal sign is assignment operator. So when you read this value, for example, x is equal 5, it is absolute x. Don't read like that, x equal to 5. If you want to read x equal to 5 like this, but this is called assignment operator to read that 5 is assigned to the variable x, not x is equal to 5. Okay, so this is called assignment operator. So variable holds the assigned value. Okay, we can perform assignment and addition at the same time. For example, let's increment, that is increment. So if I wanna, for example, x plus 2, the initial value of x is 5, but here I just modified the value of x by adding 2 in the initial x value. So this is the way how you can perform. But you can also perform, for example, let's comment this, and plus or equal 2. So this is the same with this one. So we can perform addition and assignment at the same time. So which means x we add 2 to the x variable and assign to the x again. So the value of x is the sum of x with any other variable, for example, y. For example, let's say y. Okay. Yes. Which means this is y. X plus y is assigned to x. So we get, for example, x is 10. Initially, it is 5, and I added 5 to the x variable, and we get the sum of x and y. So this is called assignment and addition at the same time. You can also perform assignment and subtraction. For example, 5 minus 5 is 0. And multiplication, you can perform multiplication and assignment. For example, 5 times 5 is 25. You can perform division as well. Division. So this is the shortest method to perform and arithmetic operators. Okay. Modulus, exponent, whatever you can perform. So you can use like this. All right. The other is logical operators. Logical operators are not and or operators. So the not operators, true if x is false, false if x is true. Logical reverses the sense of x. Let's say x is true. Let's say this is evaluate is the Boolean value. Okay. So let's print not x, for example. Not x means the value of x is initially assigned true, but when I apply logical operators, not x means that is the opposite of x. X initially true, but I reverse it to false. Okay, not x means the result is false. For example, if I change true to false for the value of x, now the reverse of false is true. So this is what's called logical operator. Okay. What about or? Let's say we have another y. Okay. And to perform this, x or y. So what's the result? X or in or either one of the two operands is true, the result is true. So in this case, x is false, but y is true. So in all logical operators, so we get true. But if both is false, so we get false because x and y, x or y are false. And we also use AND operator. So the logical operator is in AND. So to get true result in the end, both should be true. Otherwise, we get false. For example, in the case both are false and we get false. For example, let me change to true, one of the operand, and we get false. In AND operator or logical operator, so we always compute that if both operands are true, otherwise false. For example, if I change false true and we get true. So these are very essential to evaluate logical operators. For example, if let's say I have false, if not x and y, I first just reverse it. What is the reverse of x? X is initially false, and I reverse it to true, and I connect x and y with AND logical operator, and both are true, so the result will be true. That's what's logical operators. All right. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section of this tutorial, and let's continue about membership operators. Very essential, especially these membership operators are essential. Python membership operators test for membership in a sequence such as strings, lists, or tuples. There are two membership operators in Python. Yeah, one is in and the other is not in. That are the most essential operators that evaluates to true if it finds a variable in the specified sequence and false otherwise. Let's say x is hello item and y is, for example, t. Okay, and if I wanna just find the membership of y in x, I can use, for example, y is in x. If y is a membership of x in the sequence of characters, so it returns true, otherwise false. But in this case, y is p is a member of sequence of these characters. Okay, that's why it returns true. For example, if I use not in means not a member of x. Y is not a member of x, which is false because in this case it is a member of y. I mean x. So let me change it to x, for example. X is not a member of y because x is not found in the sequence of characters in x variable, so it returns true. But if you change this, y is, which means x character is a member of sequence of characters in x variable, which is false because x is not found in the sequence of x variables. So these are very essential. So you have to just evaluate this to true if it finds a variable in the specified sequence, otherwise false. And not in means that evaluates to true if does not find a variable in the specified sequence, and otherwise it's false. The other is identity operators. Okay, in the identity operators, let's say all right, identity operators compare the memory locations of two objects. This is very essential to compare the memory location of two objects. There are two identity operators explained in this example. For example, is and is not. Membership operator and identity operators are very useful in the future's tutorial. We will discuss. So the is evaluates to true if, for example, let's say x is 10 and y is 10.0. So the is operator, let's say raise x is y. Is in this case is the memory location of I is the same with the memory location of y. If it is true, it just returns true, otherwise false. So in this case, is evaluated to true if the variables on either side of the operator point to the same object and false otherwise. And so in this case, for example, let's print the identity, the ID. We use ID function to get the identity or the memory location of the variable x, and let's print the ID of y. Okay, as you can see, these are the memory location of the variable x and the memory location of the variable y. So let's print the result. That's false because as you can see the addresses of each variable, so they are not the same. They are different. So it evaluates to false. But if you use, for example, if it's not means they are not the same. So it's just returns true, because the second variable, y variable, stores floating point. So the address of the first variable is not the same. For example, if you remove this, it's just return the same address, because they have equal value, and the memory space also the same in computer memory. So that is what identity operators. So you can just evaluate the identity of operands in Python program. So in this tutorial, we have discussed the different operators and how to perform expressions in Pythons using different operators, including arithmetic operator, comparison operator, logical operators, membership operators, and identity operators, and so on. So I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Write comments below. See you in the next video tutorial. Thanks for watching.